So you've stuck around this long. So I'm going to show you some more advanced stuff. Under advanced, you'll see template tag. What this does, not every page is going to be the same. Let's suppose that on your typical page, you do not want the date underneath the title of the page. Now you will want it on news items, because the news items tells you when it is published. But do you really want it on the About Us page? I don't think so. So let's create a page that you can select where the date will not be there. Okay, so let's go back to our Dreamweaver. Now hang on to your hat here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as, I don't know, let's call this internal. Let's call this page internal.php. Now, what it means is that when you create a page, by default, it's going to load the index.php as your page. But we want to have a page that doesn't have a date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the tool, wherever that is. Here it is. I'm going to go to template tag, and I am going to grab this code right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to index.php, and right above the header, right above the header, before anything else, I'm going to put this template tag, and I'm going to call it internal, or let's just call it regular page. Now this regular page I am going to save as something that can identify it as a template page. Okay, let's do T. I always started with a T, so that when I'm looking in my theme directory, I know which pages, which files belong to the template. And then I'll do regular. Okay, so I'm going to save this as regular PHP. Okay, so now I have T regular PHP. Now I'm going to go down to my loop and find where the date is. You see, here is where the date is. It's right underneath the title. Well, on a regular page, we do not want this date. So I'm just going to delete that line. So, on the regular page, there will not be a date. On your news items, which will be the index PHP, there will be a date. So let me just save this. File, save. Okay, now I'm going to move this up. I have to right click and hit refresh. And I'm going to move over this regular PHP. Now, remember, the convenience of having a file start with a T allows me, I don't see it because my FileZilla pooped out. So let me just close this, and I got to do it again because I've been having trouble with FileZilla, but it gives me the time to explain. In other words, what you can do is you could have several pages and with different formatting, and you can pick. For instance, you might want a page that doesn't have, you might want a page that only has one column, or just two. Let's say you have a portfolio. Let's say you have a portfolio page, and you want to make sure that there's enough room for it. And so you might create a page that only has the left bar and then the content area. So anyways, here's a regular PHP. Okay, so now if I go to my site and I edit this About Us, I can go down to this About Us, and now look what happens. Once I have another template, WordPress knows that. Right now, About Us is the default template, which has the date. Now if I go here and I click regular page and update, now the About Us is using the template regular page, and if we were to view that page, you can see that it no longer has the date. So let's go on portfolio. Same thing, because now we have a template page that doesn't have the date. I'm going to go to edit. Here's portfolio. I'm going to pick regular page, but see, I can call that template whatever I want. So now when I go to the portfolio page, it doesn't have the date. Now the home has the date because it's on the default. So I don't want that on my home page. So I'm going to go down and edit it. I'm going to go over here, hit regular page, and now my home will not have the date. And so by creating different templates for different purposes, okay, let's say we want a portfolio page. And on this portfolio page, we don't want all the news and past articles. In other words, we just want the left bar and the section. Okay, let's go and create that. Let's go to our T regular. Let's change this to, we'll call this wide section, because there won't be, well, the section will be wider. File, save as, and I'm going to save it as T wide section. With that T, once again, the T lets me know that it's a template file. So I'm going to save that. Now I'm going to go down and see, here's my let's see where the section, here's the section, here's the left bar, here's the section. So if there's three in the left bar, and we want the content to take up the rest of the ways, that would make it a fluid 9. 9 plus 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, yes. And then I'm going to go down and I'm going to absolutely delete fluid 3 right bar. It's going to be gone. Just like that. Okay, so now we see that there is a section which is fluid 9, which takes up 9. It's nested. Make sure I didn't hack off too many. Nope. Here's the closing div for nested and closing div for content. Okay, so if I save that wide section, and I saved it with a T, I'm just checking, and I refresh, I should see my wide section. I'm going to go down here. We can see now I have 2 template files. Okay, now I'm going to go to my beautiful page. I'm going to go to portfolio. My portfolio. I'm going to go to edit. And I see I now have my wide section. That's what I named it. So if I hit update, okay, and then I view my page, you can see that it now goes all the way over. So by basically creating these different templates, I can see my news has my dates on them. Okay, these are my news. My minerals has my date, but my About Us doesn't have the date. And my portfolio won't have a right bar, but it will go all the way across. So that's how you can create template pages, so that if you have different content on different pages, and the left bar and the right bar, we can even go over here, and instead of having a right bar, let's take that left bar right here, and cut it, Command X. And let's put it on the other side of our main content. And if we save that and we move it over, we can see that our wide content now, we go to portfolio, has everything on the bar is now on the left. And so as we create different templates, we can have different configurations per page as needed. And it all comes from, let's go back to the tool. All you have to do is put this template tag on any new creation. Generally, the copy above here, this is where I kind of recommend that you save this as T whatever. Okay, and it explains it here what's going on. So that's how you create pages that are different from another. It's still connecting to the database and putting the content in. It's just that each page can be laid out absolutely different with that template page.